Hi, I'm here in the shop, and just wanted to do a brief update because I haven't done a video in a little while. It's been almost 2 weeks, week and a half or so. One of the things is an update, and this is going to be an update on both the 41 Plymouth and the 41 Chevy Pickup. We had just cut the trunk out, and what I found was that I had a small cut saw mark in here. So what I did was to straighten out this side, I attached a thin piece of styrene on the side, and then I just applied some putty on both sides, and I'll trim this off. In fact, later in this video you'll see that I'll have this all trimmed off and sanded. The other thing I did on the 41 was I did an inner trunk lip with some thin styrene, and you can see I did not trim it yet. I just glued it in there the other day, and I've got some work to do on it inside here yet. It's just some styrene strips. You can see also that I have some sanding to do on the roof yet before I can do anything with that. So that's where I am on the 41. I haven't had a whole lot of time to work in the shop lately. But that's okay, you know. I work in here when I can. So this is, again, this is all something new that I've never done before. This has to be trimmed out yet. It's not going to be this wide. And then I've got to figure out how I'm going to make the trunk hinges. And I've watched a few YouTube videos on how to do the trunk hinges. They're all pretty good. I have my own ideas. But I'm going to hold off on even priming the body of this until I get that all figured out. The other thing is I was still trying to determine what color I want to do the Plymouth in. And I downloaded this sheet, and this may be difficult to see on this camera, but I have a copy of this on my website. But this tells me, and this comes right from the Ford Motor Company actually, this tells me what color the 41 Plymouth was available in 41, and also if it was a combination. I didn't actually realize that you can get combination colors in that year. And it also tells me the wheel stripe for the special deluxe models, or the wheel colors for that. So, you know, I'm not sure if I'm going to stick to their thing, but I'm looking at either the black, which is shown as a white square here, either black, or I'm looking at possibly chevron blue. I like this blue, and Mission Models makes a color that's really close to this chevron blue, but I haven't looked at anybody else's paints yet. And I remember I use nothing but acrylics because I spray in my basement, and I don't want the odor from the other types of paints. So it's going to be either black or it's going to be chevron blue. I haven't determined the interior color yet, but we'll get there. We got a ways to go yet. The other thing I've been doing is I've been working on the 41 Pickup, and the more I worked on this, the more I saw how to be cleaned up. There were so many injector pin marks, and actually I think you can still see this piece gets removed, but you could see the injector pin marks here. Well, they were all over this thing. They were here and on each of the fender. There were 4 of them here. There was a couple up here under the front fender wells. There were a bunch on the body, and I have all of the parts in this bag just because they're pretty small, but the sides of the bed and the trunk, or I'm sorry, the hood was just loaded. So I got all of those injector marks off of that hood, and the bedside, or this is the tailgate. The tailgate had injector marks all over it, and the bedside, the sides of the bed had injector marks on each corner. So I got all that stuff off. I spent a lot of time sanding and filing and polishing, not polishing, but you know, finishing and smoothing over. The hood on the 41 pickup, this hood, it looks like it can be opened from the middle here. If I want to open it, it looks like I can make a crease there. However, the 41 hood actually opened here and here. So each piece folded. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that. I'm going to try it though. I really want to make it as realistic as I possibly can with my elementary skills because I'm still really learning a lot of skills yet. So we'll see, and that's why it's taking me longer than usual. Most of my builds do take a while because I don't work in the shop every day. You know, I'll be looking at, do I want to do that, or do I just want to open it, you know, in the center like a Model A or a Model T, which a hood would have opened. So I'll be working on that. What I'm doing is I'm trying to get everything ready for primer, and you can see that on the 41 Plymouth I have a bunch of its parts on, I use just a paint stirrer to with some tape on it. I want to start getting some primer. These are all cleaned and ready to go, ready to get primed. And I've got a bunch of parts over on the other bench. Let me see if I can't rotate this thing around here so you can see. Oops, and my camera just fell off the tripod because it broke. Okay, not the camera, but the tripod broke. But you can see I have a bunch of parts over here on this bench. They're stuck in styrofoam, and they're all ready to go. I kept some of the really small parts on the sprues because it's just going to be easier to do the painting there. So that's actually all ready for prime. So that's where I'm at on both models at this point in time, and you know, I'll be back a little later once I get a little more done. So I'm probably going to try to do the priming before I start the trimming and the hinges on this 41. I'm hand holding the camera at this time. I'll probably want to get the priming done on some of these parts before I start doing this trim out and hinge work, because I don't have a dehydrator or any kind of way of drying. So I like to let my paints dry several days before I start working with them. And I'm sure that once I get some primer on, I'm probably going to have other areas that need to be cleaned up that I just don't see at this point. So anyway, again, this was a quick update. I just wanted to let you know everything. I'm working on it. Everything is going ahead, and I'll be back with you in a couple of days, okay? So see you later, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. I want to thank you all for watching, and if you like what you saw, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, you can give it a thumbs down, but you know, I would prefer a thumbs up. And do me a favor, if you really liked it, smack that subscribe button. And if you want to be notified when I release new videos, give that bell a ring and set it to all. I don't release a lot of videos, so I won't be bugging you that much. Anyway, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.